So this is a short video clip of potato latkes, Florida style, with a little New York in it. And we already did the latkes. I'm not going to tell you the favorite secret recipe that I use, but maybe if you like it and send a couple of bucks, I'll send it to you. Anyway, we fixed up the latke already, the mix. We got about 5 pounds. So this is about 5 pounds of latke seasoned, ready to go. Ground potatoes. I got some flour just in case it thins out a little bit. My wife's idea to take an ice cream scooper, scoop them into balls, flatten them out, and put them in a southern, well, I guess you'd call it a seafood fry, right? But we don't do crab boil here in Jacksonville. Not at Chabad at the beaches. We do latkes, Jacksonville, Ponte Vedra style. All right, so I'll show you my setup in a minute. So here's my crab boil converted to latke setup. I got gas going into mini crab boil, or latke fry, I will say. It's a beautiful night of Hanukkah coming up, so we let that get nice and hot. We got our utensils here. We got some paper bags to let the oils drown out of the latkes on. And we let them sit, and I guess we'll see how many latkes we get out of 5 pounds. All right? So I want you to watch what happens when I put a little bit of water into the oil, how it's hot. That's getting ready to go. So I'm not the bourbon rabbi, I'm not your token Jew, I'm the Jacksonville Jew. Proud member of Chabad at the beaches. Shout out to my rabbi, Rabbi Nachum Kalinsky. Good guy. Everybody that belongs here is a great guys. Great men, great women. All right, so we're getting ready to put these this potato pancake mix that I made, and we'll see how it turns out. So as you can see, the oil is boiling. The miracle of oil. Boy, what it did for the Jews back in the Maccabee time, huh? That's why we celebrate it, because it was such a miracle. A miracle just for a small country, a small group of men, to rise up and take what was theirs taken away from them back. So here we are. We let it boil. I'm not drinking the bourbon rabbi's bourbon. I'm drinking sweet tea, and that's iced tea. And that's how we're going to check to see when the oil's ready, because you just put a little drop on there, and when it starts to sizzle, we know those potato pancake latke mix is supposed to go in. So this is a new test for me. This ice cream scooper, old-fashioned ice cream scooper, came from my mom, Ethel, up in Long Island, New York, formerly of Englewood, New Jersey. Taught me everything I knew about cooking with my bubby, and Anna, who was always in the kitchen, but that was only on special occasions. So this is so we're gonna try this. We're gonna take this scoop, and we're gonna flatten it out and stick it in the oil. All right, now I flattened it out. That's what you call a Jewish meatball right there. But it's pure potato, pure seasoned potato. Ground potatoes and onions and some seasoning and spices. And here we're going to drop it in and see how many we can get in there and cook. And see how long it takes and see how many we cook. Oh, look at that go. Now, as you can see, as they get brown and space is made, I can stick more in. But you got to watch it. And don't do this around kids or pets. Make sure you got your pets inside, your dogs inside, your cats inside. Because they'll come out and they don't realize how hot things can get. And as you can see, I got my oil prevention barriers all made up all around here, so it's going to be an easy peasy cleanup as well. All right, let's see how they do it. All right, don't know how many I dropped in. There's maybe 5 or 6, but what you do is you watch them real close. And the hotter it gets, the quicker they cook. They float off the bottom. You get them real nice and brown, and we'll put them on some Publix paper bags that we let the oil drain out on. Don't tell Publix I took a couple of extra paper bags. Nah, I bought stuff. I bought my potatoes and put them in the bags. How many you got in there? How long it's going to take to cook? Shouldn't take too long though. It's good outside. It's good outside. It's a nice day here in Jacksonville. And we'll see how long it takes to cook and how many we cook and how they come out. I got a lot of neighbors to feed. So listen, I'll give you a little hint. When you put them in, they're going to sink. When they start to float, that's when they start to turn brown. And just all you got to do is give them a little stir. It takes about 7 minutes. And to tell you the truth, I don't even know how many I got in that batch. I just keep on putting them in with that scooper. And let me tell you something. My wife, she's a genius. She told me, use the scooper that your mom gave you. It's probably from 1945, 1950. They don't make them like that anymore, but it's a perfect size to just scoop them up, pat them down, and put them in. And I'm telling you, it only takes about 7 minutes or so to cook these in oil like this. You pull them out with a spoon. Look at that. Just that's how brown you want them. And if you heat them up, it's okay because they're not going to overcook them. You can stick them in the oven low and put them out for your company. You can even freeze them and put them out. All the ingredients served right kosher. Take the last one out. We're ready for our next batch. So that's one batch. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of them. One for each day of the week. So it worked out well. All right. Sitting down now waiting for them to brown up. But let me tell you something. You're going to cook them for a while and all these little pieces are going to come off. So remember those durkey, I don't know what they used to call them, those little potato things? You can just keep these on the side and snack on them if you want. And you can use them in other things too. But like I said, you just keep stirring the pot. Stir it around, stir it around. Take these hitchhikers out. And wait for them to get a nice golden brown color. Then you can start taking them out and draining them off. This is the second batch. Let's see how many we get on this one. Listen, and don't forget to keep checking your temperature on this thing because it gets pretty hot. You might have to turn it down or add more oil. But let's see how many. I'm going to start taking them out and seeing how golden brown they are, and see how many we got. Take a guess. So would you look at that? Got another 7 out. So what I do now is I keep the paper bags underneath and I'll put another layer on top of those. Keep this boiling, take the hitchhikers out, and give it another go. And while I'm at it, I'm going to give a shout out to Gilly's Kitchen. If they want my recipe, Gilly's is in Jacksonville and Norman Beach. Shout out to them, the best kosher place in Jacksonville to eat. Great people, great food. And maybe they'll let me cook potato pancakes for them next year. See how that ice cream scoop works? You just scoop them up and pat them down. All right, next batch is in, and I know a lot of you are going to ask me about the consistency of the potato pancakes. How many potatoes do I use? How many do I grind? Well, how much flour do I use? How much egg do I use? How much salt, pepper, whatever flavor you need. But I'll tell you what, if you can spackle and you got the feeling and the texture of something, you just know when it's right. It just feels good in your hand. It doesn't fall apart. And if it does, add a little bit more flour, add a couple more eggs, add a couple more potatoes if you got a couple more people coming over. And that's what we're down to. All right, got the next batch in. They sunk and they're going to start floating soon. Just like matzo balls, but not quite. So here we are, round 3. I got 14 so far. I better cook a lot. I'm going to have a little, I don't know, gotta keep everybody happy. Don't want a rebellion on our hands. All right, so they're cooking. I'm telling you, it's about 5 or 6 minutes. Watch them close, though. Watch them close and keep spinning them around in here. Just like a dreidel, but on this side. Like a drunken dreidel. See how quick they turn brown? That's how you want them. Because you can put them in tin foil, cover them, wait for the guests, put them in the oven on low, keep them, serve them up. All right. Next round, let's see how many we get. All right, I'm going to start taking them out without dropping my phone in. All right, see that? There's a 1. God. 3. 5 and 6 are in there. I think they're getting bigger. Keep an eye on these hitchhikers. Take them out. See that? That's how you want them. Nice and golden brown. Look at that. Perfect luck. While I'm out, I'm going to give a shout out to all our first responders that are working. Nurses, firemen, police officers. In Israel, IDF, all my brothers and sisters fighting over there. Just remember, I'm Israel Chai. All right, so these are almost getting ready to be taken out, but I got to tell you something. People are going to say, yeah, but it's like a hash brown. This tastes nothing like a McDonald's or any type of hash brown that you think you've had, okay? This is a taste, it's a taste of heaven. It really is. And that's what moves us through life, right? Food, good food. And wait till I show you the brisket that I'm smoking. And not on the grill, I'm doing it in the crock pot, okay? And that's a whole nother trick that you don't even have to wait on all day. So by the time this gets done and that gets done, you got yourself a meal fit for a king. King Judah. I gotta tell you, my wife, Chalea, she's great. Look at this scoop. It's perfect for measuring out the perfect latte. Next batch, almost ready to come out. Look at that, they're turning golden brown, almost perfect. My mother always thought I was a genius, but you know, I was just an average kid with Jewish parents. You think that's what they say, right? I don't know who said it, not me. But it's one of the things we have is our sense of humor and our drive and our good spirits and our eternal optimism. Gets you through life, buddy. Look at them cooking. Amen. I don't know how many I got, but the last one's going to be pretty big. But don't worry, we'll feed all our friends and family first, and don't worry about us. Me and the wife will split this one. All right, take a couple of hitchhikers out. You can tell. Don't let them in there because it'll burn the oil. Don't get the oil too hot. See how good they're coming out? Look at this. I don't even know how many I have. I hope I got enough. It's enough for me. I don't know what everybody else is going to eat. But like I said, you can cook them. It doesn't take long to cook. I should say I slaved all day over this. But I did. Look at that. Look at that. That's a good sized spoon. They just plump right up. See how many we get out of this one. Whoop. All right, let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 6 on the other side, that's 18. And 7, 25, always a good number. Take your hitchhikers out, keep that oil going. You might have to add a little bit more oil, but that's okay. I don't know, I hope we make it. But that's about 5 pounds of potatoes. However you want to do it. We got potatoes, we got onions. And maybe I'll tell you an onion joke if you could. Almost, next batch ready to come out. I'm gonna tell you again, keep kids away from this. Let them watch from a window. Keep pets away. Keep a fire extinguisher. Don't keep water around. Water does not put out an oil fire. Keep it at a good temperature so it doesn't get ahead of you. And just don't take your eyes off it. And if you're going to drink tea. Drink something non-alcoholic when you're frying this stuff. Save the alcohol. Save the l'chaims for dinner. Take these hitchhikers out. Listen, this is really easy to do. It really, really is. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do this. I got a couple of good shortcuts. You don't need that much time. I mean, I looked at the clock, and if this is taking me an hour total from mixing it up to frying it up, it's a lot. Just putting them all down here because oil gets hotter as it burns. As it boils, it gets hotter, so they cook faster. So don't take your eye off it. Don't go in there, grab a drink, grab water, tell somebody to get you a cup of something. Don't put fireworks in the air. All right, we're gonna get these hitchhikers out of here with this spoon. I don't know how many I got left. And it's very hot. Don't touch these handles. Get pot holders, wear something to stop the oil from spreading on you. Not too much left. I don't know how many I'll get out of here, but we'll give it a shot. Anybody want to take a guess? 5, 6 maybe? We'll see. So the bigger ones, they might take a little longer to cook, but that's all right. Oil gets hotter at the end, so it might take the same amount of time. But they stayed together pretty good. The consistency was what I expected. And after we package them up, we'll clean up and let the oil just cool off, lock the doors so nobody can get out here and get into trouble with the oil. And then Go ahead inside and I'll maybe tell you about the brisket we're smoking inside in the crock pot. So this is definitely the last batch that's in there. We're down to nothing. We're scraping the bottom. We're gonna let them get brown up. Get them out of here. Get these latkes out of here. Let them drain of the oil in here, and I can tell you that it's in Jerusalem time. It must be almost 11 p.m. So we're good. Shabbos is over there, so what a way to start the week of Hanukkah. And I'm always on Jerusalem time. Now we're going to start taking these out and see what they look like. Like I said, they start falling apart towards the end, just to have a little bit more flour. It's consistency. It always changes, just like us. We change all the time. We go through life changing. No mistakes, just change. Add a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Well, that's the one me and the wife will split later. Or maybe we'll split this one. We'll see. Oh yeah, here's a good one. Nice golden brown, see? Cooked right through. So if you heat them up, it might cook a little bit, but you didn't overcook them. And you know the number one thing? You didn't stink up your house frying potatoes in oil. Which, believe me, people go through. And I can tell you that what you do is, instead of throwing the oil down the drain, save your cans, put the oil back in, take it to a recycling place. These I'm going to snack on. A little bit of doers later, maybe. We'll see. See how clean that oil is? That's the way you want it. You're not burning the oil. That's just the way you want to finish. So we got our last batch out. And remember, with the oil, let it cool off. Save your jugs. Save your jugs. Put in your jugs. Recycle the jugs with the oil. Don't throw it down the sink. It'll stop everything up. Nobody will be able to flush. Everything will back up. Everybody will hate you. So that's the number 6 tip of the day. So as I said, we'll finish this. We'll turn off the heat, let everything cool off, count them up, put them in some tin foil, and heat them up and serve them later. So here we are. Take a guess how many are in here. We finished up 5 pounds of potatoes in less than an hour, maybe. Fried them up, cleaned them up. There's 40 in there. You think that's a number? That's a good number. 40 is a good number. 40 days, 40 nights, always a good number. So here we are finishing up the 40 pancakes. I guess maybe I'll eat one, I don't know. I don't know how many we're gonna give to the neighbors, but it depends who's around. But you know, Hanukkah only comes once a year. And when it falls on the same day of Christmas, you gotta do something to celebrate, right? So I hope everybody has a healthy and happy New Year. And keep on frying them latkes. And next show, I'll show you how to do the smoked brisket in a crock pot. All right, so we just finished up. Counted out the 40, they're inside. Now, we'll just let the oil cool. We'll put everything in that plastic bag for the garbage. Easy peasy. Good cleanup. All we got to do is eat them. Good luck, everybody. Okay, so we're inside. Potato pancakes, 40 of them, next to a crock pot of brisket that's been cooking for about 7 hours. It's probably ready to go. Now, the trick about the brisket is the longer you cook it, the better it takes, depending on what you put it in. I've got some onions on the bottom, some special spices, some barbecue sauce, and do a dry rub. Let it cook. Now look at this. This is ready. Once you take it out, you're going to shred this up. Shred it into pieces. Cut it up. Make a nice shred for it. And then you can put it on I guess a bun, maybe some coleslaw. a couple of potato pancakes, some applesauce, or sour cream, whatever you like with it, and just sit back and eat and enjoy the company you have. Because food brings everybody together. So, peace and love, and stay safe.